because it's Thursday.
Hello Internet and welcome back to the Vanishing Point. Now that we got Batwoman out of the way, we got Return of the Joker out of the way, we got Static Shock out of the way, we got Justice League out of the way, we got Batman Harley Quinn out. Now that we basically know where almost everything happens, and you guys know I'm not in a basement, let's talk about someone else who also isn't in a basement. That's right, I'm talking about my boy, Timmy D. The D stands for Drake. Ever since I left the CDU. Throughout the DCAU's history, while never explicitly stated on screen, we do get hints of Tim's age in outside sources such as the New Batman Adventures website or the Rise of Senzu bio for him, stating he's 13. Or we get in Return of the Joker's screenplay that he's 51. And in the special features for the home release of Return of the Joker, a bio for Joker stating that he's in his late 40s. And while the Joker isn't Tim, spoiler alert, in that movie he is. Keep Return of the Joker a secret. For any of you guys keeping track at home, these ages are obviously kind of off kilter, with the most obvious being the 40s and 51 age not being the same. However, if you've seen our Vanishing Point episode on when the new Batman adventure starts and our Batman Beyond timeline video, you'll know that one is in 1999, the other's around 2042. I'll let you decide which one happens when, but that's a 43-year gap, which also doesn't work too well with the stated ages. So, what gives? What's real? That's what I'm here to talk to you about today. Right away, we can see holes in the late 40s age given in the div. Because with that 43-year gap, even at the latest of 49 years old, that would put Tim as a 6-year-old. And that just seems highly negligent. But then again, we have Batman with babies, Batman Beyond with egg babies. Maybe 6 years isn't awful. I don't know. Seems too early to be a Robin for me. So, does Tim being 51 years old in Return of the Joker make sense? A little bit more. If we subtract the 43-year difference between the two eras of the DCAU, that would put Tim as an 8-year-old when he became Robin. And as we've seen from the credits in Robin's Reckoning, Dick was 9 or 10 when adopted into the Bat family. So maybe it's not as much of a stretch as 6? But I have a couple issues with it. When Return of the Joker had first come out, the DCAU teams weren't planning on a Justice League and a Justice League Unlimited movie, those were shows, to really fill up more space in the DCAU's timeline and stretch things out a bit more. The general consensus was Batman Beyond was 40 years into the future. So it's very likely that the 51 years was kind of extrapolated from the 40 and then a few years shaved off so that the flashback could happen later. That way it wouldn't get all messy with the creative team working on Gotham Adventures and just taking away Tim from their book, because that would be rude. But speaking of the comics, that kind of brings me to my other issue with Tim being an 8-year-old. In Batman Adventures number 18, we're told that Dick had to train for 6 or 7 years before actually becoming Robin, so that really places his debut as Robin in between the ages of 15 to 17. I'm leaning more on the 15 because look at this, he's here. He's kind of young. But this tidbit of information just makes it seem less likely that Tim as an 8-year-old would be part of the Bat family. To me, this is kind of a bummer because it would explain why Tim still looks so young somewhere from 6 to 8 years after the fact when he kills the Joker. But I digress. That being said, it seems like 13 years old really is the intended age of Tim in the new Batman Adventures, which makes him 13 to 14 in the time of the show, and then somewhere between 14 to 15 between his appearances in Static Shock and Justice League at Superman's funeral, and then 18 in Mystery of the Batwoman, which we've just revealed to be 2005. If you haven't watched that video, check it out. I think that's the right corner to click in. And then he's anywhere from 18 to 21 by the time he kills the Joker. For any of you that might be curious, this all means that Tim was born in 1986, making him 5 years older than me, and by this point, God, I think he's a man wonder. I probably can't say God let me retake the line. Making him 5 years older than me and more of a man wonder than a boy wonder. But if he still looks, I don't know, there's no but to that. So there you have it. Tim's age explained. Now the thing I want you guys to explain to me down under in the Australia box, if Tim is at least 18 years old by the time he kills the Joker, why he still look like that? My money's on the Lazarus Pit, but at the same time, you know what they say, miracles of modern medicine, 18 is the new 13.
Hey guys, I woke up and I started working on writing some stuff. One of the characters that I'm writing has hypoplasia, which is the same disease that Baby Doll had in Batman the Animated Series, and it got me thinking. I take back everything I said about the Lazarus Pit. Tim has hypoplasia, and that's why he doesn't age properly. If she can be 30 and you guys don't freak out about it, Tim can be 18 and still look like a 13-year-old. Figured it out, get over it, back to the outro.
Before I leave, I want to give a shout out to all these lovely humans that are on the screen giving us some coffee money this month on Patreon. If you want to give us some coffee money, hit us up, patreon.com/JTS Entertainment. We'll greatly appreciate it. If you can't afford it, that's fine too. I've been Maddie Washburn. This has been The Vanishing Point. I promise to stay being Maddie Washburn so long as you promise to stay who you are and stay true to yourself. Be excellent to each other. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.